Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and I'm going to go through the details for the new LR Gohan and Cell that have been dropped on Twitter. Shout out to Team Dokkan for providing the info. I don't know who posted it first, but this is where I saw it. So we're going to go through my initial reactions to the cards. Now, obviously, after talking to a few people, one of my friends, Miri, did point out that on paper, these units can seem one way, and then when you see them in action, you can be quite surprised. Like a lot of people, when the details for Gohan and Goten came out, massively underplayed them, and then as soon as we saw them in action, we saw just how good they were. So these are just my initial reactions. I have no doubt that once we see them in game, they are going to be insanely good. But the Gohan we are going to start with, so this is going to be a hot take based on some of the things that I've seen on the timeline already, but I'm a little bit disappointed in the Gohan. So we're going to go through what he does. So there's going to be a new category, so Kamehameha category, key 3, 130% to HP, and then 170 to attack and defense. So this could be an interesting category because obviously it's going to have loads of different Gokus in all of his different forms, and then you would assume it's going to have Cell and some of the other units. So I mean, you could definitely make a strong team with this category, but it does seem pretty weird. And then his secondary leader skill is basically Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so Super AGL, 3 key, 120% to stats, so obviously he's going to be Super AGL. So his passive skill, attack and defense 100%, key +1, and an additional attack 10% at the start of each turn, key up to 5, and attack and defense up to 170. So basically once you get 7 turns in, yeah, he'll be at his max 170 attack and defense, but obviously that's quite a long time. Now obviously based on the team build will depend when you can transform him, which is kind of the weird thing. So his super attacks, very standard for an LR, but he does raise his own defense, and it seems to be the infinite stack, so that's actually quite good. But his active skill, now there's a lot here, so can be activated when HP is 58% or less with an Android 16 on the team. So that means there's no turn limitation if you have a 16 on the team. Now, the weird thing is, 16 is not going to be in the Kamehameha category, and there is no Super AGL 16. So that means to really use this Gohan, you've kind of got to use him on the Cell Saga team, which means you have to use him on Cell's team, which seems really strange if you want to activate this part of his passive. Now, without a 16 on the team, you get when HP is 58% or less with an existing Android's category ally, so it can be any Android category, or enemy, so depending on the event, and then it's starting from the 5th turn. So without a 16 on the team, you have to wait until the 5th turn and then be against an Android category enemy or have an ally on the team, which again, there's not a whole lot of crossover with Android units for him. So obviously he's going to be very good in certain events and then certain builds, so we kind of have to wait till we see all the new categories. So then once you do actually transform, he becomes this guy right here. So the art is pretty cool. So passive skill, attack 20% and defense 7% per key sphere obtained, and an additional key +1 per key sphere obtained. So he's a nuker. So this is the thing that when I originally read this for the first time, this is where I got a little bit worried, because nuking units in certain situations, if you get into a bad spot with the orb field, you can sometimes struggle to pick up like maybe 3 or 4 orbs, which is then not a huge boost for this style of unit. So he does randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow spheres, so that does help connect the battlefield up a little bit, but only when facing one enemy. So again, in a lot of events that's going to be really useful, things like the legendary Goku event when we get that, but for Super Battle Road he won't do this, so he will require some key support. When it comes to Super Battle Road though, he does launch an additional super attack when facing multiple enemies, so that's pretty cool, and then an additional attack 59% when performing an ultra super attack and your team has Super Saiyan Goku attacking on the same turn. So boy, these passive skills are getting longer and longer. So this is a really weird one because of this specifies attacking in the same turn. So what this would mean is you would have to have a Super Saiyan Goku in slot 1 who then attacks, and then this Gohan would have to attack in the 2nd slot, and you have to get his 18 key super. and then he'll get an additional 59% attack. So it does seem a bit odd, but obviously when you are able to trigger this, he is going to be able to hit incredibly hard, so that does kind of make up for the nuking thing. So again, we'll have to see once all the units are out and all the different team builds. I'm wondering if this probably applies to, because this is the new thing they're putting in, so it has to be just Super Saiyan Goku. It can't be like Super Saiyan 3 or, you know, just a Goku that has the Super Saiyan link. That has to be the character name. So that'll be interesting. Obviously we have the Super Saiyan Goku, who is the transforming the actual previous 250 million downloads guy. So actually that would be pretty decent, especially considering they are both Super AGL, and I would assume he'd be in the Kamehameha category. So he still raises defense, but then with his 18 key super he raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Okay, so kind of like Vegito Blue. So if you want to keep stacking your defense infinitely, you need to go for your 12 key. But then the 18 key increases your attack and defense just for 1 turn, so you can get off 1 big hit and still get a little bit of a defensive increase, so that's pretty good. So I guess maybe going through it and thinking about some of the units you could pair him up with, he is definitely better than when I first looked at it, but Cell I think is, as soon as you read what he does, he seems super powerful. But just one last thing, it shows this image up here that says Buddy, and it's a picture of Android 16 that the art isn't of a unit that's in the game. So there's going to be a new Android 16 unit, I assume, on his banner. I would probably guess that because of the categories, like he's not going to be in Kamehameha category, so he'll have to be a Super AGL unit, because then you can put him on Gohan's team. That would make sense. That was kind of weird though, because obviously on a Dokkan Fest banner you want to pull this main unit, but now you kind of need to pull this one as well. So I was also chatting to Legacy, and I mean there is the possibility that maybe he's a free-to-play drop unit, but I imagine he's probably going to be one of the featured units on the banner that will then go into the general pool afterwards. So anyway, well, let's move on to Cell. So Cell perfect form, his leader skill is the new Android / Cell Saga category, which we've seen earlier today. Key 4 HP and attack 150% and defense 170%. Okay, that's an interesting split actually. 2 at 150 and 1 at 170. That's quite good. Or extreme int types, 3 key and attack and defense 120, so like Kid Buu. So obviously that means he's going to be extreme int. Obviously mono teams don't get run as much anymore, but that means the int Easy A Cell is probably going to be his best link partner. I'd have to double check the name, but I'm pretty sure the int one is just called Perfect Cell, but I'll have to double check that. Now his passive skill, attack and defense 80%, so he just gets that straight up, which is good. Raises defense by up to 80%. The more HP remaining, the greater the boost. Yeah, so on the first turn, when you're on 100% HP, he gets that on top. So he's going to have 160%. That's actually very good. So he's actually very defensive straight away. He doesn't need to attack first, which is very useful, especially for things like Super Battle Road. Then he gets an additional key +1 and attack 20% per existing enemy. Okay, so there you go. Even better for Super Battle Road. So when you go into a fight with 5 enemies, he's going to start with 5 key and another 100% attack. So he's going to be 18 keying and then evolve when conditions are met. So he does colossal damage, massively lowers defense, and then greatly raises attack. Okay, so he doesn't have any sort of defense or attack buffs that stack. But he does greatly raise for 1 turn on his 18 key, which is cool. And then transform can be activated when facing only 1 enemy starting from the 3rd turn after evolution. So it doesn't actually say on here what the conditions to evolve are. So evolving is just his transformation, like a normal transformation unit. And then I think his active skill is to transform again. So he has 2 transformations? No, that can't be right. Maybe that does just mean this. It's just weirdly worded, because it's not worded in the game like this. I don't think I've seen evolve used as like a key text in Dokkan before, but can be activated when facing 1 enemy. So I guess it must just be this. So Super Battle Road, by the 3rd turn, if you get down to 1 opponent. I think it's that. I'll have to see it in play. Like I said, this is my initial reaction, so I'm probably making a bunch of mistakes and it doesn't work the way I think it does. But so then when he's finally transformed, he becomes Perfect Cell. Yeah, so the name changes. I'm sure the int one is called Perfect Cell. So obviously leader skill doesn't change. His passive skill, he fully recovers your HP. Well, okay, so that's cool. So kind of like the LR fusions. That's pretty cool. And then key +4, attack and defense 120%. So that's just straight off the start of the turn. That's pretty good. Additional attack and defense 20% with 4 or more key spheres. another 20% with 6 or more, and 20% with 8 or more. Wow, so if you can pick up a big path of orbs, you can get an extra 60%. Oh wait, no, it'll be 40% attack and defense, and then, yeah, 40% defense, 60% attack. Damn, so that's really good. Then he, cost damage massively lowers defense, it's massively lowers now. And then Mega Colossal and lowers attack and defense. Okay, so that's really good as well. So all sort of coming up perfect cell over here. So his ultimate, that's now his new active skill, I believe, which we've seen the animation for. Solar Kamehameha greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and yeah, so that'll be an active skill. Although it doesn't say here when you can use it, so not too sure on that one. So I guess more details need to come out. Like I said, I could have looked into it a lot more, but I wanted this video to just be my initial reactions. So to me, I definitely think Cell seems better. I don't know how many stones I'm going to have because it depends on the sales that we get, but I will probably focus on getting one of the units, and then if I get lucky and pull them, I can switch over to the other banner. So from what I've seen so far, until I see them both in game, I'm probably leaning more towards Cell. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I do think Gohan is a little bit better than when I very first read his card, so I'll be interested to see all of your opinions down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. I know I rambled a little bit, but like I said, I wanted this to be a sort of off-the-cuff initial reactions video, so I'm interested to see your initial reactions and if they changed as well. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow my Twitch channel or join my Discord. The links are in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.